On the news tonight, federal government debunks rumors of sighting foreign military bases in the country. Electricity distribution companies reduce tariff for Band A customers. And 271 indigents living with HIV and AIDS benefit from Social Development Secretariat of the FCTA. Glad to have you join us on the 7 p.m. news. I am Abdullah Hajia. The federal government is aware of false alarms being raised in some quarters, alleging discussions between the federal governments of Nigeria and some foreign counterparts on the sighting of foreign military bases in the country, and urged the general public to totally disregard the information as falsehood. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris, who made this known in a statement, says the federal government is not in any such discussion with any foreign country and has neither received nor considered any proposal from any country. He adds that Nigerian government already enjoys foreign cooperation in tackling ongoing security challenges, and the president remains committed to deepening these partnerships with the goal of achieving the national security objectives of the Renewed Hope agenda. Away from that, the electricity distribution companies have announced a downward review of tariff for Band A feeders to 206.80 kobo kilowatts per hour as against 225 naira. The new tariff takes effect from May 6, 2024. Meanwhile, tariff for Band B, C, D, and E remain unchanged. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission had directed the distribution companies to reduce the tariff of their Band A feeders in view of the current reduction in foreign exchange, which was one of the components considered before the tariff increase in April. The tariff for Band A customers, which was earlier increased from 68 naira due to rise in inflation, exchange rates, and increase in price of gas, is to enable distribution companies recover sufficient revenue and incentive investment in the sector. Now, Accesspreneur is an empowerment program initiated by Access Bank PLC. The group has taken the initiative to NYC orientation camp in Kubwa, Abuja, where some core members were given startup grants for business. Charities Zakari reports that the gesture is targeted at bringing up young entrepreneurs who themselves will become employers of labor.
The exercise had 10 platoons participating, giving rise to those shortlisted receiving starter funds ranging from 100,000 to 1 million naira. Participating core members made presentations of business proposals, and after careful scrutiny by the panel of judges, it was time to award successful core members who emerged overall winners in the exercise.
It's a very big opportunity for us youths, because to start up a business or to start up a form of startup or anything, you need funds, and funds is one of the requirements for a startup. So we are very appreciative of the grants that they give us, and we hope that with the money they've given us, we are also going to make good use of the money, and we're not going to waste the money. Yeah.
I already started my business like a year ago now, more than a year. So my money, I want to use it to import foreign yarns that I would use to crochet, and I would teach people will be training from me. I'm going to empower people, like once in a while. It can be here also, it can be in the youth camp, to train people on how to make crochets.
Organizers, Access Bank PLC, say the program aims at raising funds for talented and skilled core members.
Our aim is to build this economy, to build our youth. You know, the startup, why we are doing Accesspreneur with Said, startup challenges is funding. So Access Bank is trying to bridge the gap to resolve the problem around funding startup businesses. Supporting the youth entails that we will support the economy. Not only on this, we are doing it across all sectors.
Access Bank promises close monitoring of beneficiaries' businesses and more support for successful young entrepreneurs. Charity Zakka, NTA News.
271 indigent people living with HIV and AIDS have benefited from the nutritional packs of the Social Development Secretariat of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA. Aisha Uba Ali reports that the Pioneer Permanent Secretary, Asmail Mokhtar, charged the beneficiaries to take their routine drugs promptly, as she assures of continuous support from the FCTA in addressing health challenges in the territory.
It has been the tradition of the FCTA Social Development Secretariat SDS through the HIV unit to empower people living with HIV/AIDS who have been mobilized by their coordinators from 6 area councils of the FCT. This is the first in the 2024 series, as the last exercise was in November 2023, representing the Mandate Secretary Ibrahim Aminu. The Permanent Secretary says the FCT ministers will continue to prioritize the health of FCT residents.
It's an empowerment for the people to know that the government supports them, understand their plights, and is ready to be with them at any given time. The advices we give them is to ensure that they take the drugs, their prescribed drugs, try to take the nutritional supplements, even the local ones, and then definitely, by the grace of God, they will lead a normal and healthy life.
The organizer, as well as some of the coordinators of the program at the grassroots, disclosed that despite all the campaigns, some people are still living in denial, while taxing the beneficiaries to avoid risky lifestyle, as well as soliciting the support of the people to reduce every act that can lead to stigma.
The Minister of FCT down to the Mandate Secretary Social Development have passion to support the indigent people in FCT, especially people with special needs, like people living with HIV/AIDS.
Some of them tend to hide themselves, so you have to be compassionate about the job.
With the support of the HIV unit, the coordinator, Dr. Guru, has been very magnanimous. He has taken everybody along.
No fewer than 250 persons benefited from the nutritional packs of food items, beverages, and drugs to boost their immunity, while 21 received enrollment fee into fashion designing. In Abuja, Aisha Uba Ali, NTA News.
A non-profit organization known as Robadi Foundation, in collaboration with Standing Committee of Public Health, Nile University Medical Student Association, has taken its health sensitization campaign to Junior Secondary School Jabi 2 as it commemorates this year's World Hand Hygiene Day. Charity Zakka reports.
While students of Junior Secondary School Jabi 2 were out on their morning assembly, they were educated on the need to imbibe the culture of regular hand hygiene practice as one of the major ways to staying healthy.
For you to learn outside from what you know already. Thank you so much once again.
Vice Principal Admin Junior Secondary School Jabi, Catherine Akuiduge, expressed that they are pleased receiving such an audience.
We are happy because speaking to the students on hygiene is a very welcome development. At this age, they tend to play a lot and have a contact with germs because of playing. So this talk on hygiene is timely.
I want to say thank you. It takes hard work to do all these things. So on behalf of the school, I want to say thank you.
President Rubadi Foundation Dennis Omezi Bara, who is one of the conveners of the program, stressed that it is necessary to catch them young, considering that they are the most vulnerable members of the society. He emphasized the need to teach young persons the ideals of caring and keeping their hands clean at all times.
We just felt that this category of children should be taught how to take care of their self by personal hygiene or hand hygiene and washing their hands properly before they put things into their mouth.
We came to this government secondary school, Jabi, to teach the children about hand hygiene and how to, so that they cannot contact germs.
Most of these diseases that we have nowadays are really transferred from our hands to our mouth. We came with hand washing equipment, hand washes and tissue papers, sponsored by Rubadi Foundation. And I think these will go a long way in ensuring students' hand hygiene.
The World Hand Hygiene Day seeks to amplify the stand that the world needs to unite for safety. Charity Zaka, NTA News.
The Directorate of Road Traffic Services, DRTS, of the Federal Capital Territory Administration has announced stringent measures to combat the persistent illegal activities of commercial motorcycles in restricted areas. Hawa Gimba has details.
Abuja, the capital city, is expected to measure up with capital cities in developing countries all over the world. Head of Operations, Directorate of Road Traffic Services, Deborah Osho, said this during the clampdown of Okada operators at various locations in Idu, including the Federal Medical Center, EFCC, and Naseni area.
It doesn't work again. It is we are even looking at a stiffer punitive measures to make sure that we reach the city of Okada's Minas. We know what they are doing. You can't go out by 6 o'clock.
Regarding the distribution of motorcycles by the FCT minister to security agencies, Dr. Peter Olumoji, the Secretary of Command and Control FCTA, clarified that these motorcycles are not the same as those impounded by DRTS.
The bikes that were inaugurated by the FCT administration some few weeks ago is meant for security operation, because you know most of the communities that these kidnappers reside are mountainous and bushy areas, and the terrain are very difficult. Vehicles cannot ply there.
He noted that these motorcycles have facilitated arrests in challenging environments where conventional vehicles struggle to navigate. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
Talking sports now, the third edition of the Gifted Reach Out Initiative football tournament has kicked off in Abuja with about 10 teams fighting for the top prize this year. Sports correspondent Francis Kabile covers the opening match and now tells us more.
Holders Niger Rattles began the defense of their Gifted Reach Out Initiative football tournament as they took on Agwangede United in the opening match of the third edition of the competition.
In the match played at Lokotiye football pitch, Niger Rattles, despite facing the resistance of a determined Agwangede side, drew the first blood as the first half ended 1-0. They added another goal to their tally after the restart as they ran out 2 new winners to begin their defense on the high.
I feel very happy. You know, at first the game was kind of difficult and tough. I thought we lost it, but by the grace of God, we overcame.
We are more than what we have done last season.
Founder of Gifted Reach Out Initiative, George Bisong, noted that the tournament was organized to unite the youth from different parts of the country and give them the platform to showcase their talents.
The youth really inspired me. I live in the community and I see a lot of things. I see youth giving themselves to drugs, giving themselves to bad habits, to social vices. And I look at football as one thing that can bring them together.
On behalf of the community, I would like to appeal to the
the sport in a way like this. They should be coming so that they will pick the boys to the greater heights.
About 20 matches are expected to be played in this edition of the tournament, which is expected to be keenly contested. In Abuja, Francisca Bile, NT News.
Sports Brief is next.
The Nigerian women's 4x100-meter quartet of Justina Eyapobeyon, Favor Ofili, Olayinka Olajide and Tima Godbless have sealed the qualification ticket to the Paris 2024 Olympics after storming to victory in their heat in a time of 42.71 seconds. Similarly, Nigerian quarter-miler Chidi Okezie has again warmed the hearts of Nigerians with his inspiring run in 2 races at the World Relays in Bahamas, which secured the mixed 4x400 meter and men's 4x100 relay spots for Nigeria at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. He ran the third leg of the mixed 4x400 meter relay team with the fastest overall split of 44.78 seconds to overtake the USA and hand over the baton to Elo Joseph, who ensured Nigeria finished second with a time of 3 hours, 13 minutes and 78 seconds, which automatically sealed their spot at the Olympics for the second consecutive time. To tennis, the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation has named Arona Quadri, Offiong Edem, Olajide Omotayo and Fatima Bello as Nigeria's flag bearers at the 2024 ITTF African Cup and Olympics qualification tournament taking place in Kigali, Rwanda from May 12 to 18. With Sports Brief, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
Thank you, Francisca. And that's it on the English segments of the news. Up next is the translations. To stay.
Azani ba jile ba je ba ci ba wai yuze ko kwa wai in wona na ibo abada na tuko isha anda yezuma olie wa go ba mai ona apabunya igna ko kwege na trechi no babe la ko yue la tu no ampe agunyan agbe ala ko yue chekaya onaye na nu ayan pia onko be dia ansin ko yue be lalawu jikagbai enera tushi bachi atun nu awa gbai kakara ama bala ko kashi en jesun ko la be ekin abajan agba ko sai jikagbai enera tu ugun tnai nu akobo pe ugun mo baka yue yanu onaye ngama piaye ko ne ai pe ugun tnai bai ngaga abakwa jin ai kako ya ko ne ge ye apabu yue nla kashi be ekin nko ne be jin yue ko alawi ama ko gba malo nu peye musinu nu abe la ko yue shin la wi sepa aje na to be shun ko yue bebe ko ya wulo she ko be shin wu nsa na bai ajege lafia ko lelo nu aje nanu ekinye charity zaka nwa le she ba we be na bedai wa gan ge bedogun nu ko te jin gwamnati yan ko la ogba na do no abi ayepe zan yin no ba den jin ba zan ayepe zan nu alafia sepa bedogun ko nu ayiko ge ruba ti foundation nu apabu pe ba lo ba ga abi ayepe zan ayekan ya azazan ya nko lo njabi bayi ntuko tu she abajin ana abwa nwu ntugana na gan ge za bia wa nu akube osanu yayi la oyan yishando ozo jin yan nwe mbuji wa oyan puta de la peje nu mbani jin ba jin tin pelo nu zokoluko ba wushi amake nan ba jin ba jin apma zokoluko wi awa jin ba wa le se ba we be na beda wa gan ge peje ko wala ewi sadna we gage wala puta we la se baba jin ba jin nwu ba wọn aza mbani jin ba jin apma no apakuri nanu ekin de ba zo abwa nche ba nga ge duduge ye anu azapu la ubalo ama impe de apakuri ba gan beje nu momalo tichenu baza bada watige ntnubwa kokuwo buba kwa shin apmache peye woshin wa pon abo babwa wolelainu saisi.
Masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum, barkanmu da warhaka. A taƙaice ga fasarar wasu daga cikin labaran mu na yau ne, karantawa Yusuf Yakub. Kamfanonin da ke raba wutar lantarki sun rage kuɗin wuta, ya dawo naira 206 da kobo 80 daga naira 225 na ma'aunin kilowatt da yake a baya ga waɗanda suke zango na farko, wato ban A a turance, wanda suka ce zai fara aiki daga ranar 6 ga watan Mayu. Haka kuma waɗanda suke zango na 2 zuwa na 5, wato bans B, C, D da kuma E, nasu farashin bai sauya ba. Farashin kwastomomin zangon farko wanda aka ƙara daga naira 68 saboda hauhawar farashin kayan masarufi, farashin dala, iskar gas da sauransu, zai taimakawa kamfanonin da ke raba wutar samun wadataccen haraji da kuɗaɗen hannun jari a kamfanin. A matsayin ɗaya daga cikin harkokin ranar tsaftar hannu ta duniya, ranar da aka keɓe musamman domin wayar da kan al'ummar duniya akan mahimmancin tsaftace hannu a kodayaushe, wanda masana kiwon lafiya ke cewa shine ake ɗaukar yawancin cututtuka. Wakiliyarmu Charity Zaka ta rawaito mana cewa gamayyar gidauniyar Rubadi tare da haɗin gwiwar kwamitin bunƙasa lafiyar al'umma da ƙungiyar ɗalibai masu karatun kiwon lafiya na jami'ar Nile sun gudanar da hidimar wayar da kan al'umma akan ranar ga ɗaliban sakandaren ƙaramar sakandaren Jabi 2 da ke babban birnin tarayyar ƙasa nan Abuja. Hukumomin da ke kula da sufurin ababen hawa na babban birnin tarayya Abuja sun ce sun ƙudiri niyyar ɗaukar tsatstsauran matakai na yaƙi da ɗaukacin harkokin acaɓa a guraren da aka hana su yin aiki. Wakiliyarmu Hauwa Gimba ta labarta mana cewa hukumomin sun ɗauki matakan ne ga 'yan acaɓar da ke tsallaka shingen da aka yi musu domin tsaftace birnin da magance faruwar haɗuran ba gaira ba dalili da kuma tabbatar da tsaron al'umma. A taƙaice labaran namu ne kenan, sai kuma gobe idan Allah ya kai mu.
Ekele m gị n'ịnọnyere anyị n'akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Gere akụkọ ụwa n'uju ya. Ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka ọkụ latrik n'isi ala anyị ewetuola ego a na-akwụ na ụgwọ ọkụ maka agba A, ebe agba B, C na D ka nọ akwụ ihe ha na-akwụ na mbụ. Nke a ga-amalite n'abalị 6 nke ọnwa Mee n'afọ abụ afọ 2024. Ụlọ ọrụ a mekwara ka anyị mata na ha weliri ọnụego ọkụ agba nke A na mbụ iji mee ka ha weta ego ndị ha mefuru n'ihi ihe ndị garara ọnụ n'ahịa. Otu ama ama, Rubadi Foundation, site na njikọ aka ọnụ otu jikọrọ ụmụ akwụkwọ na-agụ maka ahụike na mahadum Nile, agaala n'ụlọ akwụkwọ kọleji nta akpọrọ Junior Secondary School Jabi ịkụziri ha maka ahụike, bụ nke ha jiri merube emume ụbọchị ịkwọ aka. Ndị otu a gbakwara ụmụ akwụkwọ ndị a ume ka ha na-edobe onwe ha ọcha ma gbaa mbọ hụ na ha na-akwọ aka ha mgbe niile. Onyeisi n'ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka mkpochi okporo ụzọ n'isi ala anyị ekwuola na ọ wepụtala usoro dị iche iche ha ga-agbaso iji hụ na ebelatara ndị ọgbatumtum na-agba n'ụzọ na-ezighị ezi n'isi ala anyị. Onye ọrụ anyị Hawa Gimba wetara akụkọ na Debra Osho kwupụtara nke a mgbe ha jidere ọtụtụ ọgbatumtum bụ ndị na-agba n'ụzọ na-ezighị ezi n'isi ala anyị. Igbo gere m ntị, otu a ka anyị pịachiri nke taa. Chebiri anyị n'ihe oge anyị niile. Ndewo.
Kálẹ̀ o, ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí gbọ̀nyìn láti lè ṣe amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì l'Àbújá. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn yìí. Iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò àpínká iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná ti ṣèkéde ẹ̀dínwó lórí owó iná band A sí owó tó lé díẹ̀ ní náírà ìyẹn 206 kilowatts fún wákàtí kan yàtọ̀ sí 15 náírà 225 tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ìpele owó iná titun náà gbọ́dọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láìsí àní-àní ní ọjọ́ 6 oṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, ìpele owó iná band B, C, D àti E sì ti wà tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Owó iná band A tó gòkè lọ sí 68 náírà tẹ́lẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ látàrí bí pàṣípààrọ̀ owó ṣe di gọbọi ní èyí tó mú ọ̀wọ́n gógó ọrọ̀ ajé ṣẹlẹ̀ tó sì fi èlé jaburata bá ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò àpínká iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná. Iléeṣẹ́ aládàáni kan tí orúkọ wọn ń jẹ́ Ribadu Foundation pẹ̀lú àjùmọ̀ṣepọ̀ àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ alábẹ́sẹ́kẹ́lé lórí ètò ìlera ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yunifásitì Nile ti ṣe gbogbo ètò tó mọ́yán lórí gbàjarè tí wọ́n sì ké gbogbo gbàjarè yìí lórí ìmọ́tótó lórí ọwọ́ fífọ̀ láti fi sàmì ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ọwọ́ fífọ̀ lágbàáyé lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga tó wà ní Jàbí gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa Charity Zaka ṣe jábọ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sí ètò máa lọ máa bọ̀ ọkọ̀ lójú pópó ẹ̀ka tìlú Àbújá ti kéde, wọ́n sì ti kọ̀ńpá wípé àwọn yóò rí dájú wípé gbogbo àwọn alùpùpù tó ti kọtí ikú láti kúrò lójú pópó ni àwọn yóò jẹ́ kí pálábá ìjọba ó sé mọ́ láìsí àní-àní àti lọ kábọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí Àwákíbà aṣojúkọ̀ròyìn wa ṣe jábọ̀. Tó ròyìn ọ̀hún kò ní ju báyìí lọ, ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láwùjọ kásùn láyọ̀.